first section on alternatives, and I will go into a second section on this, which is more regarding role playing. This section is going to just take a simple situation, and what I want to show you is that when you get something that looks obvious and stops the sitter from doing something, that you can actually intervene and you can act in on it and you can get some information about it. So we're going to take one example, which is that, say for instance, we have our sitter, and our sitter has a block in their lives. Block meaning that they want to go ahead to the future, but they are unable to move forward from this point on. There's something in their way. There's something that's holding them back. And what you want to do is you want to see, well, what is it? What can they do? First of all, like with many fault-finding situations, you want to identify the block. You also want to see, well, what is the block like? Where is it? What is it? Look at where it is, what it is, and where it is in relation to the person. And when we talked about life path, this block is blocking them from the future to where they can go. So it means that whatever they're doing right now, they are staying in the same place because they are blocked from advancing towards doing different things ahead of this. So there's something in the way. They cannot make changes. They cannot progress to something better. So what we do in this case is we say, okay, well, let me take this person and put them on the other side of a block. Okay, I want to say, okay, well, what happens when I put them that side of the block? And then how do they act then? How's it different? What do they do now? And then what you can do is you can say, well, what did they do to get to this point? What did they have to do? What actions did they have to take? What did they have to do with people in their lives? What was the situation that moved them past this? I've had it where some people had like these blocks in their way, and I would say, okay, fine, I put the person on the other side, and I say, well, how did they get here? And they simply stepped over this. And I said, okay, well, your block is perceived. You are having this block. You think you cannot move ahead, but it's as simple as you just stepping over whatever's in your way. You can really get past it. It's just a mental thing. It's just that you are not really allowing yourself the opportunity to move forward from this point on. And I think this is just to demonstrate a really easy, simple principle. More importantly, this applies to many different things. For instance, if I have a person and they do not have the right partner, for instance, or I have a person and they don't have the right job. So what I can do is I can say, well, we worked with careers with the ideal opportunity. When I take this person and I put them in the ideal opportunity, so what I do is I take them, put them in an ideal opportunity and say, how did you get there? What did you do? What was the actions? So you kind of see that here's a repetition about this sort of thing where we have a lot that we can offer people in the form of readings. Okay, so we have people that are doing reading. We're doing a reading for someone, and what we're doing very consistently is we are taking them, looking at the opportunities that they have, look at the options that they have now, and we don't accept that those are the only things that are possible. So what we do is we create possibility. We create alternatives. We look at things that could happen potentially, and then see, well, when those potential things happen, what could possibly happen, or what decisions could these people take, what actions could they take. So really, when we do a reading for someone, it is not just about, okay, fine, I have this image about you and that's it. No, we have the image about the person. We have information about that image. Let's dive into it. Let's dig a bit deeper. Let's play around with it. Let's work with different alternatives. Let's see what would happen when I do X or Y or Z and see what happens with that person. So ultimately, we don't really just look at where they are, we look at what the different potentials are. The nice thing about psychic readings are none of the things that we do here on our reading screen are life-changing things. They basically just opportunities, alternatives to what the person could experience in their life, and we are playing it out for them. So we are putting them in that situation and we are seeing how it plays out, meaning that they can then think for themselves about what their choices are, how their character is at the moment, and then that little role play that we do, or that decision that we make to move them past what is keeping them stuck and seeing how it plays off, that can then give them some feedback or information about themselves that they can go forward with, and they can use that to make decisions for themselves.